If you are in your 20s and you are looking to master your finances, build up your savings, or just get better at budgeting, then this video is for you. These are the things that I have done to get my finances together over the last year or so, and they're going to help you do the same. The first big thing is to understand where your money is going. It's really hard to keep track of something if you don't exactly know where the heck it's going. So you want to start tracking your finances. And you can start by breaking up your expenses into different categories. And the first one I always started with is your known bills. And these are things like your car insurance, your rent, your phone bill, all the things that come out of your account every single month, and they have the same or roughly the same amount every single month. And even if you're not moved out and you don't have many of these expenses yet, this is still something good that you can do. Your expenses are just going to be a little bit cheaper. This is a good place to start because it's pretty much the bare minimum that is going to be coming out of your account every single month. The next category can be groceries. This is something that's likely to change ever so slightly every single month, so you can track your grocery trips and see how much you're actually buying. The next category can be going out. I usually only include my going out to eat expenses so I can see how much I'm actually spending on fast food and going out to restaurants. If you want, you can add that into your grocery bill if it's not something that you really do very often, and you can have your going out be other things like going to bars or hanging out with friends or whatever else it is that you do throughout the month that you can consider going out. This really just depends on how you want to separate things out. And the last category I have is other. And these are things that don't happen very frequently, but they are still expenses that you pick up throughout the month. So if you are buying gifts for someone for a birthday or a holiday, if you have to do a car repair or something like that, that can go in the other category. Once you do this, especially for a few months, you can really see where your money is going and if there is anything that you can cut back on. The next thing you need to do is start tracking your income. This is something that may change month to month if you are part-time over full-time, but it's still something good to track just so you know how much you have coming in every single month. And obviously this is a lot of information, so where do you keep track of it all? There are a lot of things that you can do. For one, just writing it down in a notebook each month. You can try using a budgeting app, or what I do is I use Google Sheets. I created a Google Sheets doc that will help me keep track of all of my budgeting and all of my expenses, and I actually put it up for sale in my Etsy shop. So if you want to see how I track my expenses and get it for yourself, check out the link down below in the description. Now this is usually the eye-opening part, determining how much extra income you have a month. All you have to do is subtract your bills from the income that you make. And I always start by just subtracting my known bills from my income because this is stuff that doesn't change. This is like your bare minimum that you need to survive. So once you have that, you can then determine where the rest of your income is going to go from groceries and fun and other things like that. I did this with a friend and we found out that she had like $2,300 left over at the end of the month, and that income was just going missing. It was just being spent sometime throughout the month and none of it was being saved. So this can be really eye-opening to see, wow, I'm spending a lot of money and have no idea where it's going. I should have so much more in savings than I actually do. Hopefully this is the case for you as well, and you have a lot of money left over after your bills come out. And this will help you create a budget with the leftover money on going out, groceries, and hopefully building up a savings account as well. Now this is what I would consider the basics or the foundation to start mastering your money so you can start a budget and start building up your savings. So let's talk budgeting tips. Now that you know where your money is going, you can plan better for the future. If you are new to budgeting, my first tip is to start slow. The budget you create today may change in the future. For example, if you currently spend $400 a month on going out, it's pretty unrealistic to assume that in the next month you are going to be spending $200 on going out or even no money going out. If you can, that's great, but eating out is likely a habit for you and one that might be hard to break. So I just suggest starting slow when you are cutting down on your expenses. Instead of $400 next month, set a goal for $300, or maybe set a goal to go out only once or twice a week as opposed to 3 or 4. You could try going to a less expensive place or just paying attention to the prices of the place you are going to. And then once you have that down, cut it down even more until you get to a place where you're comfortable with. Budgeting and savings are habits that you need to build and ones that are likely not going to happen overnight. If you change too much too soon, you could just end up giving up on the whole thing because it gets too hard and going back to your old habits to begin with. The next thing you can do to start working on a budget is prioritizing your expenses. Which ones are the most important ones that you absolutely need to have money for? The obvious ones are going to be big things like rent, utilities, your phone bill, car insurance, all of those. So once you have like a baseline budget of your known bills and your non-negotiables, then you can cut out unnecessary expenses. So maybe cut out going on such an expensive shopping spree. Maybe you go out to eat less like we already discussed. Whatever your habits are, you may need to do them less. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you need to completely cut these out of your life. I don't think that's a very fun way to live. I don't think we should just be saving every single penny that we have and pretending like we don't need to have fun in our 20s and our 30s. And I don't think we have to wait until we're 60 and retired to have fun or anything like that. That's just not realistic. In my opinion, creating a budget is more about realizing where your money is going and cutting back on unnecessary spending, but not totally cutting out fun things from your life. If you like to go to concerts, then go to them, but maybe you prioritize which ones you go to, or you sacrifice and have a further away seat so you don't spend as much. If you like to get your nails done, maybe shop around for other nail places that are not as expensive, you get less expensive design, or you just simply go less. We're kind of conditioned to think that budgeting means you cut out all the fun things in your life, you save all of your money, and you have to cut out the daily spending of $5 coffees and avocado toast, right? That's what everyone says, oh, this is what you need to do to be rich. You just cancel Netflix and all of a sudden you can buy a house. That's obviously not how it works in the real world. You can still do things that you enjoy to do, just in moderation. One of the other things that you want to decide on, and something that is super important, is decide on a savings plan, because a savings plan is going to help set you up for a better future. Having a savings account with a plan for how to grow that savings account is going to help you in tough spots in the future, like if you have a car repair you weren't expecting or you lose your job. So first you want to consider what you plan to do in the future. Maybe you want to save up for a new car, or maybe a house at some point, or maybe you have no savings at all and you just need a rainy day fund. Whatever it is, it's good to have a plan for how much you want to save, and it has to be realistic to how much you're actually making. Once you look at your budget, you can determine how much money you have left over to save, and then you can automate it. Every job I have ever had has given me the option to automate my savings. So basically it just means you go into your direct deposit and you connect your savings account as well, and then set a certain amount, $20, $40, whatever, to go in there every single time that you get paid. So you have the rest of your money going into your checking likely, and then you have a portion of that go into your savings so that you automatically get it done right when you get paid. And this makes it easier because you will never forget to do it, and you won't miss that money because you won't even see it. So you're not likely to overspend it or forget to put it there in the first place. And if you have zero savings to begin with, by far the most important thing that you want to start saving up for is a rainy day fund. And if you're not sure what that is or how to get started, check out this video right here, and make sure to like if you like and subscribe to my channel down below for more videos just like this. Bye.